On Halloween night 2008, an email dropped to the cryptography mailing list. It said, "I've been working on a new peer-to-peer electronic cash with no trusted third party." This paper is still available today on bitcoin.org, becoming one of the most important documents of the century that radically shifted the dynamics of the world, leading to a peer-to-peer network with close to 500 million market cap and millions of users in all parts of the globe. My name is Darren, make some YouTube videos and cool posters along the way. Today we're going to cover what the Bitcoin white paper is, who made it, what it's not, a summary of the contents of the white paper, and at the end I'm going to show you how you can get yourself a copy and even put it on the wall if you like. The Bitcoin white paper is an important document in terms of conveying the most basic concepts of Bitcoin as an abstract. It's not Bitcoin's protocol, nor does it define the details, and it did not create the network. It outlines the principles of a cryptographically secured, trustless, peer-to-peer electronic payment system that was fundamentally designed to be transparent and censorship resistant, putting back the control to the individual like you and me. Contrary to popular belief, Bitcoin was not unprecedented. The road to digital peer-to-peer cash started long before Bitcoin. Bitcoin is more of an accumulation of trial and error, research and development in what came before it. Bitcoin joins together digital signatures, proof of work, public key cryptography, hash functions, timestamps, block rewards, transaction fees, mining difficulty, adjustments, and much more that's come before it. The Bitcoin white paper publicized the long-sought resolution of the double spending problem of all attempts to build the digital cash. The pseudonymous creator of the white paper was named Satoshi Nakamoto. His email and name appear on the top of the white paper. Still today, Satoshi is unknown. Many have assumption on who he is. Some say it was a group of people, but whoever he was, he left the Bitcoin forum and managed to stay anonymous to this day. The Bitcoin launch came later in January 2009 following that Halloween night. That's overall what the white paper is. If you're interested in the summary of it, stick around. I'm going to detail all the sections of it. First is the introduction. In today's world, the internet exclusively relies on third parties to process payments. Non-reversible transactions are not possible. So trust must increase for this. Merchants must take unnecessary information, including your name, email, etc., and fraud is just become unavoidable at this point. What we need is an electronic payment system based on cryptographic proof instead of trust. And nothing like this existed prior to Bitcoin. The solution proposes a peer-to-peer distributive timestamp server to generate computational proof in the chronological order of transactions. The system is secure as long as honest nodes collectively control more computer power than cooperating, attacking nodes. Section 2 is transactions. An electronic coin is defined as a chain of digital signatures. An owner can transfer a coin to another by digitally signing a hash of the previous transaction and the public key of the next owner. The problem prior to Bitcoin, a payee could not verify that one of the owners did not double spend the coin. The solution before was to introduce an authority or mint that would check every single transaction. Fate of the entire money depended on that one company or organization. To accomplish this, we need a system where transactions are publicly announced and they agree on a single transaction history in the order they were received. Payee needs proof of the time of each transaction, and the majority of nodes need to agree it was the first received. 3 is timestamp server. And the solution is a timestamp server. This adds a timestamp to each transaction like a copy of a newspaper. Each timestamp would include a previous timestamp of the other, forming a chain. 4th section is proof of work. So to implement this system, we need to use proof of work similar to Adam Back's Hashcash. This can get technical, so I'll try to make it as easy as possible. Proof of work is implemented by an incrementing nonce in each block. Computers must try to find this nonce, and it must prove it did the work to satisfy the equation it was trying to solve. This is now stamped into the block, and blocks cannot be rechanged without redoing the proof of work and all other blocks that came before it. Proof of work gives one computer one vote. The majority of computing power is controlled by honest nodes. Honest chain will grow and outpace competing chains. Compensate for hardware over time, difficulty adjustment will be added. If blocks are added too fast, there's a change in difficulty to the problem, and vice versa. So this is how the network works in section 5. New transactions are broadcasted to all nodes. Each node collects the new transactions into a block. Each node works on finding the proof of work for its block. When it's found, it's broadcasted to all other nodes. Nodes accept this only if it is valid and not already spent. Nodes show they've accepted this by working on the next block by using the hash of the accepted block. And nodes will consider the longest chain to be the correct one. 6 is incentive. Bitcoin has no central authority on who will introduce coins. The first transaction of a block is a transaction that starts a new coin by the creator of that block. This will initially add coins to the network to create an incentive for nodes to join the network. There's also an incentive for transaction fees and will continue once all the coins are distributed. If an attacking node has more computer power than all other honest nodes, he will have to choose between stealing back all payments or generating new coins. It is more profitable to play by the rules than it would be to generate new coins. So it would undermine his own system in which he generated his new wealth. 7th section is reclaiming disk space. Once transactions have reached enough blocks, the information of the blocks can be discarded to save disk space. This is only possible with a Merkle tree. And the idea for this is to make it easy for anyone to store and run a node. 8th is a simplified payment verification. Possible to verify payments without running a full node by keeping a copy of just the block headers. Now, the user can't check the transaction for himself, but by linking the block header in the chain, he can see if the network has accepted it. Businesses who frequently receive payments would want to run their own node for independent security and quicker verification. 9th is combining and splitting value. It wouldn't make sense for it to do a transaction for every cent or part of a Bitcoin cent. Transactions can have multiple inputs and outputs for this reason. 10th section is privacy. You should probably listen to this one. Public can see who is sending to someone else by viewing their public key. It is possible to keep your private key anonymous, similar to how a stock exchange works. The tape is made public without telling who the parties are. He says linking is kind of unavoidable, and it's recommended that you use a new key pair for every transaction. Because there is risk if an owner's key is revealed, it can reveal all of the other transactions that came before it with that key. Section 11 is a calculation section. This is calculating the risk of an honest chain and a attacking chain catching up to it. Then the probability of the attacking node catching up from a deficit is analogous to the gambler's problem. Gambler's problem is gambler starts with an unlimited credit from the house with an infinite number of games. What is the probability that he would be able to catch up to the house? Now, I don't really need to go into detail here to describe this, but the further he falls behind, the more unlikely it is that he's going to catch up. 12 is just a conclusion. This is a proposal for an electronic transaction system without relying on a trusted third party. Nodes can leave and rejoin the network at will, accepting the proof of work chain as proof of what happened while they were gone. They vote with their computer power, and any needed rules and incentives can be enforced with this consensus mechanism. So bonus tip, if you have a Mac, you can actually find this on any Mac OS that was after 2018, just by searching this command. Or if you want a copy of this yourself, you can head to bitcoin.org, where you can download it in any language you like. I suggest you keep a copy of this. You can also find a copy of my artwork if you like at the link below. If you like this video, you can check out more on my channel. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I've recently set up lightning tips, so if you want to support me, support more of my work, you can down below. And thanks for watching.